project I developed is a Powtoon animated video that my ninth grade students will create to illustrate their knowledge and understanding of significant events during the 1850s leading up to the Civil War. Students are allowed to choose any three of the following events that they feel had the greatest impact on bringing the country to war. They can choose from the following. The first one would be the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, the publication of Uncle Tom's Cabin, Bleeding Kansas, the caning of Charles Sumner, the Dred Scott decision, the attack on Harper's Ferry by John Brown, or they could choose the presidential election of 1860. Each of their videos will consist of 7 slides, and the breakdown of the rubric is going to equal 100 points. First slide is going to, or the first part of the rubric will require them to have some sort of background music for 5 points. Slide 1, which is the introduction slide, will have the name of the event and one image that they can Google that best illustrates the event. The bulk of the video that they'll create is going to be slides 2 to 6. These are 5 slides where each slide will consist of a fact related to the event. Each of these slides will consist of one Powtoon animated character that they'll choose from. And each slide will consist of a minimum of one Google image that is related to the fact. The conclusion slide will be an explanation of how this event caused division in the country. This is going to be part of their research to try to give a good explanation of making a connection to the event and the outbreak of war. And that slide will also consist of a minimum of one Google image related to the division. Students need to develop an understanding of critical events of the 1850s that led to the outbreak of the Civil War. Objectives: students will identify and analyze 3 critical events of the 1850s. Students will make connections between each event of the 1850s. Students will evaluate and impact each event of the 1850s. And students will immerse themselves in technology to help develop creativity skills. Resources needed: students will need access to their Chromebook and internet to research and develop their project using Powtoon. ISTE standards. The first one would be to design or adapt relevant learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and creativity. Next one would be students plan and employ effective research strategies to locate information and other resources for their intellectual or creative pursuits. And the last one, students curate information from digital resources using a variety of tools and methods to create collections of artifacts and that demonstrate meaningful connections or conclusions.